Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Knights Talk. I'm your host Rob Leonard. The Meaford Knights had 3 games this past week. Let's start Thursday night at home to the Orangeville Ice Crushers. We have all the goals from this one. Tossed into the Meaford zone. Connor Long picks it up. He loses possession. Shot scores! Number 49, Justin Pereira. Puck's flipped into center, picked up there. Number 95, Yaroslav Blokin. Shot scores! Here comes Nazkov, 2-on-1. Meaford Nazkov! McCall puts it on goal. Soderberg easily steers it away. Brandon Watson in front. Scores! Liam Dinner!
Move up the ladder.
Got a couple of tough games. Scores! Cole McPherson!
That's what's happening. Remchuk is doing it for Meaford.
Kyle Stevens in front. Shot scored! Brendan Watson! Give those fine folks at New Orleans Pizza a call and they send us some. Score! Brendan Watson! All right, here's Nazkov. Plays a back shot. Right on goal. Scores! Defenseman, and here's a breakaway. David Hooper. Hooper scores! There's a shot by Ragnar Russ. That's steered to the side. Here's Brendestad in front. Scores! Ragnar Russ. And as you can see by the final score, the Knights of Meaford defeated the Orangeville Ice Crushers by a score of 7-3 on Thursday night. Notable in that game, Meaford started off real slow. As you could see, they were down 2-0 after one period to Orangeville. Meaford had defeated them by a score of 4-0 earlier in the season, and Meaford not happy with that one, or with that first period at all. Started the second period. Brendan Watson's on the ice for Meaford. From the opening face-off of that second period, Brendan Watson was hitting everything in sight and just working his tail off, basically telling everyone in the building, including his teammates, let's get this done. He assisted on the first goal, scored the second goal, and then chipped in with another one in the third period. My estimation, my opinion, Brendan Watson was the #1 star in that game for Meaford. He just brought so much energy to the team at the start of that period. That was the difference in the game for Meaford. Brendan Watson with a pair of goals. Alexander Nazkov, a goal and 3 assists for 4 points. He's been on fire since he come to the Knights. Ragnar Russ with his second as a Knight. Will Vernon, Cole McPherson, Liam Dinner, all with singles. And notably, goalkeeper Jordan Yaremchuk, 16-year-old from Whitby, Ontario, records his first ever junior shutout. Congratulations to Jordan, and hope to see a lot more wins out of you this season for the Knights of Meaford. Meaford had another game on Friday night. The third time we played South Muskoka in the past 2 weeks. Meaford would fall by a score of 9-6. Scoring for Meaford, Cole McPherson with a pair, Alexander Nazkov, Connor Annette, Kyle Stevens, and Callum Queenan would all record singles in that game. And anyway, I want to jump back to the Orangeville game just for a second. Forgot to mention Orangeville goalkeeper Emil Soderberg. We've seen this guy play last year, this year. His numbers do not reflect the goalkeeper that he is. I don't even want to mention his numbers because it's not fair to Emil Soderberg. As far as I'm concerned, with a more support in front of him, Emil Soderberg is probably one of the top goalkeepers in the GMHL. So I just want to make note of that and send out just to give a congratulations to Emil Soderberg, and again, with more support, he could be having a much better season than he is. Anyway, so now let's go on to Sunday. Home game, Meaford facing off against the second place Parry Sound Islanders. Islanders coming off an emotional win the night before, handing New Tecumseh their very first loss of the season. They defeated the Civics by a score of 4-2. But Meaford would battle hard in this one, tied 5-5 until just about the last minute of play in the game. Parry Sound would get a lucky bounce and defeat Meaford by a score of 6-5. Connor Annett with a pair. Brendan Watson having a great 3-game set with a single. Cole McPherson as well starting to light it up, and Kyle Stevens also with a single in that game. So now let's take a look at the league standings now. As you can see, as I mentioned, New Tecumseh not only lost one, but they are on a 2-game losing streak right now, losing to the Bradford Rattlers as well. And, bring them a bit down to earth, but they're still on top, 38 points. They're a powerhouse. The Parry Sound Islanders sitting second, 33 points. The Rattlers, last year, they have 16 returning players this year. They've added in a couple of new faces on that team. They're going to be heard from at the end. South Muskoka picked up 6 points off of Meaford in the last couple of weeks. So very tough team sitting there at 26. And Magwin with 24. Taking a look down near the bottom of the table, Meaford tied with Orangeville for a 10th spot. And again, I say it is not because I'm wearing the Knights logo on my chest or because I am that I'm a Meaford fan, but this team has a lot of talent on this squad, and once they get it together, and it looks like it is, they finally got the offense rolling here in these last 3 games, scoring a total of 19 goals in 3 games. So maybe the defense needs a little tweaking. Once they get that all together, these Knights are going to be heard from come playoff time. So now let's take a look at the Meaford Knights leading scorers. On top, Connor Annett with 27 points, 11 goals and 16 assists. Not sure if number 2, Nazkoff, if that's right. I think he's got six more points that should be carried over from the Toronto team. So I believe he's got 27 points, tied for top spot. Cole McPherson now moving into third with 19 points. Kyle Stevens had a good 3-game set also with 13 points for Meaford, and they got a couple of defensemen in there as well. Connor Long, Will Vernon, Eric Brinnestad from Norway with 8 points now. So now if we can take a look at the league's leading scorers, if we have that. And we do. Great job, Mark. Thank you. 17-year-old Russian for the Rattlers, Kassan Deslouis, on top, 62 points. This kid is having one heck of a season. Teammate Stepan Timofeyev, Rattlers, he played for the league champion Tottenham Steam last year. As I said, Rattlers with some really good pickups this year, Timofeyev being one of them, 60 points. Carl Lydon, South Muskoka, right in the mix as he has been for the last couple of seasons. Valtteri Makinovica from the Parry Sound Islanders with 55. And Reagan Yu, who was on top for quite a while from London, sitting there with 55 points. So very tight in those top 5 and possibly 6 positions there. So so now it's time for Meet the Knights, and Mandy McCall, mother of Daniel McCall, will be very pleased with this one. We finally have Daniel McCall on Meet the Knights. Let's hear what Daniel had to say to the 10 questions. All the way from Belfast?
Yep.
Belfast, Northern Ireland?
Yep.
All right, you ready for the questions?
Yep.
All right, in a zombie apocalypse, which teammate would you want fighting alongside of you?
I'll have to be Kyle Stevens.
Kyle Stevens. All right, your favorite pre-game meal?
Probably pasta and chicken.
Everybody likes pasta and chicken. Okay, your favorite NHL player?
Steven Stamkos or Duncan Keith.
All right. Any pre-game rituals? Anything you do that's different?
We usually try to have a nap before every game. Apart from that, just show up the rink and try to be ready to go.
Nothing weird like putting your right skate on or anything like that?
Nope.
No?
Nothing like that, though.
All right. All right, so what do you do when you're not playing hockey?
Go to the gym, work out, hang out with the boys. Just nothing much really, just hockey's my main focus here.
All right. Okay, if you could choose one CD and one CD only, which one would it be?
Oh, God. Maybe Jake Owen.
Jake Owen?
One of his
Okay.
CDs, yeah. He's a good artist.
All right. If someone plays a gag on you in the now this question, I asked somebody this question and you were the answer to the question. So if someone plays a gag on you in the dressing room, which teammate would you suspect first?
Cole McPherson.
Cole McPherson, all right. Trump or Clinton?
No comment.
No comment, all right. And anybody you'd like to say hello to?
All my family back home, my mum, dad, sisters, nieces, nephews.
And I want to thank Daniel McCall for doing that with us, representing Ireland. He comes from Northern Ireland, representing them, his country very well in the Greater Metro Hockey League. That's going to about do it for this week. I should mention that come Saturday, I'm going to be taking a trip down Highway 89 to Tottenham. I've been invited to appear on Inside the GMHL with Joe Todd, the voice of the Bradford Rattlers and the Tottenham Steam. I want to thank Joe very much for the invite, and I'll absolutely be there. And once the link comes up on the internet, we'll post it, and we'll see how that goes. So again, thanks very much to Joe Todd for the invitation down, and we're going to possibly try to get, as long as the weather cooperates this winter, we'll get Joe back up here, and he can do a special edition of Knights Talk with me in the studio. So on behalf of producer Mark Perry, and I believe Jeff Chapman's in there taking care of business for me tonight, I'm Rob Leonard. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on Knights Talk.